What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, and joined as always by my co-hosts Josh and John Luke. What's up, boys?
What up?
Let's go.
Josh,
I'm feeling good.
Wasn't sure any words were coming out if it was just going to be interpretive dance. Joining us again today to play some poll perception is great friend of the show. We love having him back, and what a treat that we get to hang out with him twice in the same week. Jake Trowbridge is here with us. For those of you that do not know him, you can find him on Twitter. It's easy, at Jake Trowbridge. He's the co-host of Drinking and Talking Fantasy Football. Are you DTFF? And a weekly DFS guest on the Harris Football Podcast. Jake, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Thank you. And thank you for announcing me as your new permanent guest.
Yes. Congratulations, Jake.
That's
Congratulations.
what just happened.
It was getting annoying,
thrilling.
like finding people all the time. So let's just lock in. You're a permanent guest. You're not on our show. You're a permanent guest.
Quit your job. Be available at 3 every day, and then we'll be good to go.
And we'll pay you nothing.
But we'll pay you the same amount we pay ourselves, so everything will be good there.
I have a hard bargain, but I accept.
I'll double what we pay ourselves for you.
We got J-Wall in here. Says Thursday football is upon us, but first it's FYF. Peaked in high school. What's up, Alex? Excited to see the boys here. We are. And Jordan said, I am here to perceive some polls. Welcome, Jordan. Glad to have you here. And Bam in here talking a little bit about the Kamara news, but I'm sure we're going to talk about this in our news segment, Bam. So we will talk a bit about this whenever Josh goes over the news in a moment. Jay in here says black shirt Thursday. I'm going to be honest, Jay. I was wearing a gray shirt. I saw the other 3 black shirts, got called out, and went and changed. Peer pressure at its finest. Pangs Pigs in here says, oh, snap, it's Jake's show.
Welcome to Jake's
show.
Welcome to the Jake
Did
show.
you get the rebranding done yet? I still see in the upper corner it says Front Yard Fantasy, but I thought that was going to be changed.
We should change that. We'll take that down right now.
Jake's Front Yard.
Front Yard Jake. Craig says, I perceive some cool dudes on FYF today. And Pangs Picks wants to be Jake when he grows up. Yeah, that's a pretty good goal. But I feel like it's a little unrealistic. It's like I wanted to be a butterfly when I grew up, but everyone knew that wasn't going to happen. That's a bit more realistic right there.
You're still a caterpillar waiting to blossom, Simon. It's going to happen for you. I just know it.
Also, Jordan says, Jake, fun fact, you play baseball with one of his friends. Do you know his friend AJ, Jake?
I don't, but that would have been really cool as a story if I did.
Interesting only saying the first name.
Just AJ.
You know Phil. You know Phil, right?
He didn't want to dox AJ. Know what I mean? AJ, his name would have gotten out to everyone.
AJ
watching.
Deserves it. AJ's an asshole.
You're right. Jordan, expose AJ. We're doxing him. That's what's happening. Guys, before we get started, a couple things to go over. Number one, if you're watching this and you haven't done so already, hit that like button on this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy. It is the easiest way to show your support for what we're doing over here, and make sure you don't miss episodes like this one. Jake playing some poll perception, and he's an expert now. He got his practice round in on Friday.
It's a solo game. Jake's playing by himself.
And we're all watching. Yep. Each of us are going to take turns asking you questions, Jake, and then you're going to answer, and you'll be playing as 3 different people. So we'll see if Jake, or Jake wins this game. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
This is perfect. I am very used to playing with myself, so this should go swimmingly. I think it'll be just fine. I mean, by myself.
There you go.
You guys, do I get kicked off the show already?
I get it.
No.
I know what you're getting at. It's cool. We like that.
Josh is like, been there.
Yeah.
Guys, before we go any further, I want to make sure we hit the news for today. Josh, you got some news for us?
Yes. There's a lot of news, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not a lot of good news. It's definitely not a lot of good news. I'll start off with the good news. How about that? Maybe this is good news. Adrian Peterson has been signed to the Seahawks practice. Okay, this is fine news. This isn't good or bad. This is just kind of bleh. Does this change anything for you guys? Probably not, right?
No, it changes my
You're
perception.
Not picking him up.
It changes my perception of the Seattle Seahawks front office and what they are possibly doing. But other than that, no, nothing for fantasy.
So here's a little bit of good news. Daniel Jones is expected to start this week.
That's news.
And I don't even know if this is good news. Miles Sanders says he's planning on playing this week. That just makes the Eagles running back situation even more of a mess, right?
I actually kind of I actually kind of like this because I think if he does play, then he's probably going to be a reasonable value for this week.
Yeah.
So like Jordan Howard's not playing. Boston Scott, I think there's some issues up in the air.
Yeah.
Right.
He's questionable.
So it's something.
It's something. So
I just wanted to put this comment up. Scott said, I had an Italian sandwich for lunch. Equally as relevant to fantasy football as AD signing with Seattle.
AP.
Possibly more so.
AD all day.
Oh, AD. Yeah, that actually does work all day. Okay, some bad news. Alvin Kamara is out. He's officially out. He will not play in Thursday Night Football. Load up your Mark Ingram shares. Taysom Hill will be the starter as well. So Mark Ingram's a fine start, right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'll put him in if I got him. Philip Lindsay, he's not practicing today. It's going to be a lot of these. Get used to hearing not practicing today. J.D. McKissick, not practicing today. James Robinson, not practicing today. He was limited yesterday, so he was downgraded from yesterday. And, not being limited on Wednesday's fine, but then not following up with a not practice on Thursday, this makes me nervous for his availability this weekend. Keep an eye on this, guys. Kadarius Toney, not practicing today. Sterling Shepard is limited. Corey Davis, not practicing today. Melvin Gordon is not practicing today. And he is said to be 50-50 for playing this week. And if he doesn't play, we all know what's going to happen. Javonte Williams is going to have a hell of a game. Make sure he's in your lineup if Melvin Gordon doesn't play, right, guys?
Josh, was that how the news was reported?
Javonte
smiley face. I think
it was. Like the reporters, they get it too.
Schefter's getting pretty unprofessional these days.
You're feeling yourself, Schefter.
Like I said, a lot of not practicing, but David Johnson not practicing today. Do you guys have any interest in putting Rex Burkhead in your lineup if David Johnson doesn't play?
Never.
No.
I won't do it.
DeAndre Swift not practicing and is a long shot to play this week. And last, Darren Waller, due to his knee injury, he's not practicing today. I do not expect him to play this weekend. So that's it. That's it. Just a bunch of not practicing. A lot of these guys are making me nervous, but we got to keep our eyes on it.
Josh, I'm convinced you just went to my Scott Fishbowl roster and put all of those guys' names in there and said not practicing. I'm pretty certain right there. Okay, there we go. The show has been rebranded officially. Look at that.
Jake's
show.
I noticed. Yes. I was like, wait, what? Why is this? Why is Jake in my screen right now?
Don't do this to Jake. Not that.
I mean, that's an accurate representation of me. If we're being honest, if you had to figure out a way to sign language without knowing how to sign language, Jake, that would be
Jake.
Guys, so Bam came in here earlier breaking the Kamara news before we started the show, and he wants to know, who do I start in place of Kamara? Latavius, Alex Collins, or Sony Michel? So those are the options. Whew.
This could be a lot easy. It could make it very easy if Darrell Henderson.
It's a lot easy.
This could be a lot easy if Darrell Henderson is out.
Easy. Very
assuming Darrell Henderson plays, Jake, which of these three would you be starting?
Yeah, I am under the assumption that Darrell Henderson is going to play, just based off of McVay's comments, which may not mean what they actually say. But I am not going to risk starting Sony with that assumption. I would rather go Latavius Murray here for sure. Alex Collins has zero interest for me, so he is droppable, unstartable for the rest of the way.
I'm with you, Jake. I'm Latavius here as well. I am very disappointed that it seemed like we were going to get a clear starter from the Seahawks backfield, and there's still no value to be had. And there's no fantasy value to be had. I'll go Latavius as well. JL smirking down there. Are you going Alex Collins, big boy?
I'm just having some self-restraint to not say I told you all so, but I'm going Alex Collins actually this week, just by a nudge, a little bit. Woo.
Josh, are you agreeing? You're sighing up there. You're just unhappy.
I think Latavius Murray and Alex Collins are like the same person. They're gonna average 3 yards a carry and have 10 carries. And you're lucky if they get a catch or two. So it's who's gonna fall into the end zone. I think Devonta Freeman is is the lead back for the Ravens, and the Seahawks are still trying to figure out that guy. So I'll lean Alex Collins here. Just maybe they figure things out, and maybe he gets that goal line carry. But
that's fair.
Don't love either option.
That's fair. What's up, peaked into high school, says jail is into Irish dancing.
Yes. Did you guys know? Have you guys ever heard this fact before? Alex Collins likes the Irish dance.
Never heard
Yeah,
it.
Jake, you knew that? Oh.
I knew that as a thing.
Damn.
You know, did you know
I'm
that
running
Jimmy
out of people
Graham
to
used
tell.
to play basketball?
I did not.
No way.
Yeah.
And guys, I have a totally unique question for you. If LeBron James played in the NFL, how successful of a tight end do you think he would be?
That's something I've never heard before, and he'd be really good. He'd probably be really good.
He would be better than current Jimmy Graham. How about
I've
that?
always thought that Russell Westbrook would be like such an elite wide receiver in the NFL.
Let's get it. Let's make it
I
happen.
really like Russell Westbrook as an NFL receiver. He's so fast. He's
Justin in here. What's up, Justin? Glad to have you here. And Jordan in here saying, Jay, why don't you love me? I just wanted to highlight this. JL, your mom came in and told Jordan that he is valued here. I can't find it though. Jordan, you are awesome. Don't listen to them. From JL's mom. You got the support of JL's mom in this one right there, Jordan. So we are good to go there. Guys, I think we're going to go ahead and get started with some poll perception for today. Jake, you are the guest. You get to pick whether you want to go first, second, or third.
I want to go right in the middle of the sandwich. I'd like to be second, please.
Yummy.
Jake going second. And
That is
Jake,
such a
where's
tasty
Josh
sandwich
going to go? Is he going to be the top piece of bread or the bottom piece of bread?
There is a right answer.
Now I have to choose my bread, huh? Which
Top
of
or
you
bottom?
gets to be
Top
the
or
butt
bottom?
of the loaf? And then
It's me.
I'm comfortable with this setup as it is. So
Okay,
let's leave it.
perfect. I think it
We'll
looks
leave
good
it
too.
like that. Scott also in here saying, I love Alex Collins. Give him 10 carries. He'll give you
Scott.
20 to 40 yards. Give him 20 carries. He'll give you 20 to 40 yards. Yeah, that's
You can't say much different about Latavius Murray though, either, right? Like,
Latavius Murray. What are you doing?
guys. Before we jump into poll perception, I'm going to explain the rules to everybody. How this game works is before the show, I found 7 NFL or fantasy related polls across the interwebs. They're all from Twitter today. Every poll comes to you from Twitter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to propose one of the polls to one of these contestants. I could ask Josh, what percentage of people chose side A in this poll? Josh will give me an answer. Let's say
72%.
72%. That's setting the line. Jake and JL, you are then responsible for guessing whether the actual answer is over or under the line that Josh set. Josh, you're going to get points. The closer you are, the more points you get, with a minimum of 1 point if you're 15 points away, 0 if you're outside of that range. Jake and JL, you will get 2 points for correctly picking the over-under. We're going to do 6 rounds like this, alternating who is setting the line. And then in the 7th and final round, all of you will be guessing a number. The closest person gets 5 points. Unless you hit it right on the head, you will get 10. And the contestant with the most points at the end of that 7th round is our poll perception champion for the day.
Me.
Who won on Friday again?
I can't remember.
Stop. That's so long ago. Stop living in the past, JL.
Yeah, that's
The
true. That's
future
my
is
fault.
now.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't think it was me.
Please.
Oh, it was me, wasn't
I
it?
was about to say, was it JL?
I think it was me.
Who
Are you
hosted? I think
asking
Josh
this?
hosted.
I
right?
hosted. I definitely hosted.
I don't
I thought
remember.
JL
winning.
was being passive aggressive.
Yeah,
with
me
his
too.
self-pat
I was
on the
like,
back.
I'm just
He
being
just
dumb.
really forgot.
Yeah, I just honestly forgot.
Okay, guys.
I
Josh,
remember.
are you ready for your first poll?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get in there.
Okay. These first 3 polls all came from the same Twitter thread. You may have seen it because there were a lot of votes on it. So we'll see if you were paying attention. Your poll, Josh, is which 26-year-old running back do you want on your dynasty roster? Side A, Austin Eckler. Side B, Alvin Kamara. Side C, Ezekiel Elliott. What percentage of people chose the Austin Eckler side of this poll?
Interesting. This is a fun question. I'll tell you that much. So that's from obviously this poll is from recently, the past couple days, right?
Yep. All of these are Friday or later, since after we last played poll perception.
So I'm looking at these running backs, right? And I am seeing 2 running backs that Ezekiel is dealing with an injury of himself. They're talking about him being limited the rest of the year. He's got a very talented running back behind him, Tony Pollard. Alvin Kamara has missed the last 3 weeks. Austin Eckler's been healthy the entire season, and he's a pass catching back. So maybe he lasts a little bit longer, but so is Alvin Kamara. I think either Kamara or Eckler will actually win this poll. Even though I could see Zeke win, it's probably going to be a pretty even split. I'll go 36%, say Austin Eckler.
36% on the Austin Eckler side from Josh. Jake, do you think the actual answer is over or under Josh's guess of 36%?
I think Twitter has Austin Eckler fever right now, and the only prescription is over.
More Austin Eckler.
I'll take the over.
Jake taking the over on that one. Jay, are you following Jake and taking the over, or do you have your own thoughts and are you taking the under?
I have my own thoughts, and I'm also taking the over because people love Austin Eckler.
That doesn't seem like your own thoughts there.
They're my own thoughts. I didn't choose this order.
It's Jake's show. You can have Jake's thoughts. It's okay. Guys, we've got some guesses in the chat. A reminder to everyone watching, play along, and we will shout out your we'll shout out your answers, good or bad, on this one. Before we do that, Justin saying Simon only said LeBron as a tight end because he wants LeBron at tight end for his Browns. I was making a joke because they always talk about basketball players being tight ends. I don't actually want him as a tight end. I just was going off more tropes that they say on the broadcast.
Truth, Simon.
Okay, I want LeBron. I want LeBron and LeBron clones to play every position for the Cleveland Browns in the 2022 NFL season. Anything less, and I'll be the Cleveland LeBrowns. We got Jay Wall in here guessing 55%. Mike saying 56%. Alex going with 27%. Justin was 63. Craig was 60. Jace is 42. Albert with 41. Scott giving us a full breakdown. 64, 36, and 0%. Jordan said 55% because of the 3-5 crew. Javen coming in guessing 60. Okay. You guys ready for the actual answer to this poll?
I think so.
And full disclosure, there was a C results option, but I eliminated that from the results. I deleted those votes, recalculated the percentages. So the percentage of people that chose Austin Eckler over Alvin Kamara and Ezekiel Elliott is 61%. 61% of the people chose Austin Eckler over Alvin Kamara and Ezekiel Elliott in a dynasty league. Close, so Josh, you were quite far off on that. No, so you're going to get no points. Jake and JL, you guys both got 2 points for correctly picking the over. Josh.
Thank God Jake's here.
Would you choose Austin Eckler out of these three options to pick one on your dynasty team, or would you prefer Alvin Kamara or Ezekiel Elliott?
Yeah, I think Austin Eckler and Alvin Kamara are actually pretty close. I should have realized that no one's voting for Ezekiel Elliott in this poll. So that's my fault. Should have realized that. Should have just taken that 30% that would have gone to Zeke in my head for a second there and just thrown it over to the Eckler side, and I would have been a lot closer, right? Sure, I'll take Eckler.
Shout out to Craig and Javen, both coming in at 60%. They were 1 percentage point off. Nice job, guys, on that one.
We're getting 0 points on this one.
Yeah, Jay, good job.
Great job,
completely
Jay.
missing on that one. I even shared some of these polls with you, Jay.
You dummy.
What are you doing?
You had the answer key and you still got it wrong.
So, Josh, you mentioned Zeke not getting much of the vote here. And that's 100% right. Zeke actually got, 3% of the vote in this poll. Only 3%. Jake, do you think that's an overreaction and Zeke should have gotten more of this vote? Or paired up against Kamara and Eckler, is that not surprising to you?
I mean, I don't like Zeke going forward. I just didn't think that nobody liked Zeke going forward. So that's a little surprising to me. I have been expecting the dude to hit some form of a cliff, and I guess everybody else is thinking the exact same thing. I definitely want Austin Eckler, but that's weird.
Craig said FYF is getting mean today. Holy Toledo.
Yeah,
what did we do?
You're sniffing at each other.
I don't even feel it, so that just means we're probably extra.
Screw you, Simon. Screw you. Just shut up, man. Just shut up. Let's just move on. Now, Jake.
Oh God. Oh, and that was Josh. I thought you made it your profile picture. Jordan made it his profile picture
and changed your name to Jordan.
That's awesome.
That's incredible,
there, guys.
Incredible.
That's awesome. Okay, guys, we are going to move on to our next poll now.
Let me update the
scores.
Wait, hold on. Question too.
Before we get to the question, Skyfish said LeBron did play tight end in high school, possibly with Jake and AJ.
That's baseball. They played baseball together, guys.
Same thing. Yeah, and you're right, Josh. We did have a question in here, I believe.
I think I got it here. I don't know if this is the same one you saw, but it was Justin. He said Hyde if no J-Rob, or Matt B. I'm assuming that's Matt Breida. If there's no J-Rob, I'm definitely going with Hyde here personally over Matt Breida.
What about you, Jake?
I kind of want Matt Breida here. Carlos Hyde is fine. Carlos Hyde is Latavius Murray and Alex Collins. And Matt Breida has actually looked like he can be somewhat explosive.
Okay, that's fair.
So I guess I'll take the upside of Breida.
I just think Hyde's going to get like 15 carries, probably, right?
It's fair. It's fair.
JL, are you with those, or where are you going on this?
I'm going Breida as well. If Carlos, they're playing the Rams, so he's going to have to go up against Aaron Donald. Not that interested on that Jacksonville offense. No, thank you.
B Kings has a question for us. Sit one this week. Standard, so not PPR. Barkley, Zeke, Lamb, or Diggs.
Oh, that's a team.
So
yeah, like 8 weeks ago, this felt like the biggest brag in the world. And now with the injuries, it looks a little
normal.
I don't know.
Between the two Cowboys, I think just because of the injury concerns with both of them, I just don't know which one I'm more concerned about. I feel nervous like going against Jerry Jones saying Zeke's going to get a serious load, but then everything else points to the fact that he's not going to. Man, I don't know on this one. Josh, do you have an answer?
Probably sit Barkley in standard because I don't think he's that great for a touchdown threat. And I think if he has a good game, it's going to be on the back of receptions. So I'll sit Barkley here.
I'm with Josh. Yeah, I'm with Josh. The Barkley, he hasn't looked like his normal explosive self, and the offense is just not good. I think it's a combination of those two things. I personally am not like long-term. I'm not down on Barkley, but his offense is just not moving. So I would rather have the other three.
Jake, what about you?
I think I'm sitting Zeke in his giant load. I don't trust
the serious load.
I don't trust it. And because I think Dak's going to go off, I do think Dak is going to have a really big game here. And I think CD is going to be a beneficiary. Amari Cooper is supposed to be playing at full speed, but on a snap count. So I don't know what that all adds up to, but I think it's going to be a big day for CD. I'm not a mathematician here.
No, I'm with you.
I'm just a guy.
He's playing at 100% power. He's playing at 100% power for 50% of the snaps instead of
60% of the time he will work all the time. Outside of that, I don't know.
That's perfect.
Oh my God, that quote works perfectly for this.
Yes, it does. It really does. Someone make the meme.
That quote has never been used like just right, but that one works with
perfect.
it. Jake, are you ready for your first poll?
Let's do it.
So Josh's poll was which 26-year-old running back do you want on your dynasty roster?
No.
Yours is which injured running back do you want on your dynasty roster? Side A, J.K. Dobbins. Side B, Christian McCaffrey. Or side C, Dalvin Cook. What percentage of the people said J.K. Dobbins in this poll?
I feel like this has to still be very low because he was injured before we saw any sort of production. And even with the youth on his side, which would make me lean a little bit more with Dobbins, I still think the bulk is going to be right in the middle with Christian McCaffrey. Even with 2 injuries now happening, I think with Dynasty, people are still going to be siding with him. I don't know. And Dalvin Cook, there's 2 really good options at B and C. A has always been a question mark for me, even before this year. So I'm going to say it's low in like the 22 percentile.
22% from Jake on the J.K. Dobbins side of this poll. JL, do you think the actual percentage of people that chose J.K. Dobbins is over or under 22%? And just so you guys know, this has 1,700 votes. The previous one had 2,800. So this is a big old sampling size, JL.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I know you like your sampling sizes.
Yes, thank you.
I said it
thank
just for you.
For telling me that information. That is very helpful here. I mean, if I'm just going to keep copying Jake's answers, I guess I have to keep the Queen Bee rule here, right?
Do it. No ball.
This is tough. I feel like people are really down on CMC. And the age thing, I think that is what's coming into play. Whenever I'm gonna take the over. Ugh.
The over on Jake's guess of 22%. Josh, where are you going here?
I think it's a relatively good guess, but I also have to take the over here. Yeah, and it comes down 100% to age. Christian McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook, they both have their injury-riddled histories. They're both, I think, about to be 26 themselves. Dalvin Cook, is he not 26 yet? So, yeah, I mean, 27 is kind of like the death age for running backs in Dynasty. So, I'll say
double overs. Josh and JL both taking the over on Jake's guess of 22%. We got some guesses in the chat as well for this one. JR, what's up, JR? Welcome in.
JR?
8%. J-Wall said 29%. Justin with 32. Albert with 15. Jay with 19. Mike with 34. Peaked with 40%. And Jordan with 45. And Craig with 26. These are all over the place.
Jordan, I hope that you email somebody and that is the avatar that comes up in Gmail. And they're just like so confused.
Yes.
I put this up just so you can see the picture. And then he says, I mean a ton of votes. JL likes a ton of votes on that one.
This is going to be like 3-5 in. This is going to be a 3-5 in.
The actual percentage of people that chose J.K. Dobbins in this poll was 43%. J.K. Dobbins was the winner of this poll with 43% of the vote. 40% going to CMC and 17% going to Dalvin Cook after removing the
how much going to CMC?
40. So he was only 3 percentage points behind J.K. Dobbins. Wow. So they were pretty close. It was neck and neck between those two guys with Dalvin a distant third. So Jake, unfortunately, you get no points for that one. You were more than 15 percentage points away, but Jay,
you know what it feels now, Jake.
You guys are going to get 2 points.
It doesn't.
Josh, bringing you to 2, Jake at 2, and JL at 4. So Jake, you kind of answered this question whenever you were going through this, breaking it down whenever you gave your answer. I assume you would not be taking J.K. Dobbins out of these 3. Which running back would you prefer on your dynasty roster?
I would be going CMC still. I understand the age thing. Absolutely. It's just the age only plays a part if I'm really, really bullish on a player here, and I'm not really bullish on Dobbins in that offense. So yeah, I'd still like CMC. I understand the concerns though.
And Alex and get bodied. Yeah, you nailed it. You were right there. But I think he was actually the second closest. Jordan said 45, was only 2 percentage points away. Nice job, Jordan, on that one. JL, would you be taking J.K. Dobbins in this, like the public seems to agree with, or are you more with Jake and you're on the CMC side?
I'm on the CMC side. I think people are definitely overcompensating for Christian McCaffrey's age. J.K. Dobbins has definitely been on a roller coaster. I feel like his value in Dynasty, like people were all out on him, then all in on him. Now I feel like it's just the fact that the fact that like every other running back is injured or has taken a hit to their value this year, and J.K. Dobbins was already injured, has kind of saved him a little bit. So I'm going to go CMC here.
Josh, what about you?
I would still take CMC in a dynasty startup over J.K. Dobbins, but I'm pretty out in Dalvin Cook at this point for dynasty purposes. I'd rather have J.K. Dobbins over Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Josh.
Peeked in here saying CMC greater than Cook, greater than Dobbins. He's got Dobbins last out of that. And Jay saying CMC's age doesn't worry me. His workload over his career does. That's where the concerns for CMC come with Jay. But guys,
and when it comes down to it, real fast, like I think that the Panthers have to do something about that. He's no longer going to get 90% of the snaps, right? He'll be a 65% snap kind of guy, and he'll be great doing that. So I still like CMC going into.
I think he can still be the number 1 overall running back in fantasy football with 65-70% of the snaps. I'm not saying that, but that's in the range of outcomes for him. Like it's not a death sentence for CMC to bring that snap share down.
Yes, I agree.
He'll just have a less serious load going forward.
Yeah. Less serious load.
Less serious
as long as Jerry Jones is his owner, right?
Scott Fish posted a trade the other day. It was a dynasty trade, and it was like a win now trade. I think it was Eckler for CMC and Derrick Henry, and I was surprised by that. I was definitely I don't think I'd make that trade in dynasty, but then people were coming at me on Twitter.
Eckler for CMC and Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
2 of them aren't playing the rest of the year, and one of them's a stud running back this year, so I get it.
Yeah, Scott Fish is like it's a win now move. It's like
I would need to have like a super team where every slot was just unreal, and the last one was Alex Collins. Know what I mean? Where that last running back, and then I'd make that trade. If I could swap, like trade up Alex Collins to Austin Eckler, I think then I would consider doing that on that one. We've got some foreshadowing here. What if you swap Akers instead of JK and JL? On that note, we are going to get into your
Wait a
poll.
second.
Which of these young running backs do you want on your dynasty roster? Side A, Michael Carter. Side B, Elijah Mitchell. Side C, Cam Akers. What percentage of the people chose Michael Carter in this poll? Based on 1,698 votes.
We get it. Quit bragging about your sampling size.
Don't ask on the next two.
You got such a good size.
Now I have to. All right. Split it 33%. Cam Akers is definitely going to be the lowest here. I don't know if he's even going to get 10% of this. That Achilles injury. I'm gonna go with 38%.
38% on the Michael Carter side for JL. Josh doesn't seem to like that line that you said. Josh, are you going over or under? Or was that a happy noise? Was that like
no? It's fine. It's fine. I actually like that.
I think he was purring, is what that was. Josh was purring up there. He was
no, I like that line. I like that line because I could see Michael Carter still being the lowest voted person on this poll. After Cam Akers, I think Elijah Mitchell's got to be the most voted person. He's got to be at this point. For me, he would be. I would vote for him if I was voting on this poll. I'll say under. And yeah, I feel pretty good about that.
I forgot about all the hype videos.
And then there's Foreman, who also tore his Achilles and is looking pretty solid right now. So maybe that gives some people some hope for Cam Akers, right?
Maybe.
Jake, are you agreeing with Josh on the under here, or are you taking the over on JL's guess of 38% on the Michael Carter side?
Man, it's the hype. It is the hype video thing that is getting in my way a little bit here.
That.
And that you know how people overreact to things. You know how people are and how they do that sort of thing. So I think that's what they did again with this one. And I am going to take the under as well.
The under. We got double unders on JL's guess of 38%.
It would be so fantastic if JL's just like doesn't get any points here and we're both correct. That means like we all like got the over unders correct that round, and
that would be fantastic.
Any points on the actual guess.
Jay, you're seeing FYF presents Jake's load takes, all RB takes all the time. So we're just going to be talking about running back loads with Jake.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think we could clean up the title a little bit and just go Jake's loads, and just be direct and to the point, but snappier.
Yeah,
Jake's loads.
I like it. Yeah.
Well, we got Jay's takes and Jake's loads.
Description. That's just a little description.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the subtitle. Know what I mean? That's in the parentheses underneath.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Jordan in here saying 35%. J-Wall with 19. Dame with 23. Craig says 24%. Pete said you see him jumping. Akers is going to be higher than you think. JR said 41%. Albert with 36. Mike with 34. Justin with 17. And Pete with 27 right there. Are you guys ready for the actual result? JL, do you want to know what the answer is?
No, I prefer not to know.
Okay, well, too bad.
I prefer we
just give us the points and we'll go to the next question.
JL, the actual percentage of people that chose Michael Carter in this poll was 23%. So you were exactly 15 percentage points away. So you will get 1 point.
What was the breakdown? What was the breakdown?
The breakdown. Elijah Mitchell won this poll with 39% of the vote. Akers was right behind him with 38% of the vote. And then Michael Carter had 23% of this vote. So
I did not expect them to be that close.
I think it was the hype videos. I think people were looking for a reason to like buy back into Cam Akers, and these videos are out, and
do you know how many players make hype videos and then come back and do nothing? So many.
I made 3 just yesterday, and none of them have moved my needle whatsoever.
But Jake, they did move my needle when you posted those.
Oh, now we're getting saucy. As if we weren't before with all of the load takes. Okay.
Load takes.
Also, Scott in here guessing 21%. Usually when you guess right here, you get it exactly right, but you were 2 percentage points off, Scott. Wow. Really close on that one. After a full first round, JL is in the lead by 1.5 to 4 to 4. You guys perfectly guessed the over-under, and JL did just enough to get 1 point to take the lead going into the second round. Dame says, what do I win? Did Dame get it exactly right? Dame did get it exactly right. Nice job on that one. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. You win us cheering for you.
We bring you back aboard.
Send me your fax number. I'll give you a little Bitcoin.
But it has to be faxed over. We need your Bitcoin fax number right there.
Only fax. Only fax.
Only fax.
Great fax.
Josh, we are going to move on to our next poll. Before we do that, though, I want to remind everybody right after this, we are going to be live for Fantasy Football Office Hours answering your questions. So if you've got any questions, start sits for this week, waiver questions, trade questions, or just some like SOS fantasy football's not going well questions, bring them on over, and we will be glad to answer any and all of those for you. But Josh, we are moving on to you now, and we are away from those trio of running back dynasty polls. Your poll is, as a contender, who would you rather roster in Dynasty? Side A, Chris Godwin, or side B, Terry McLaurin? What percentage of people chose Chris Godwin in this poll?
As a contender, who would you rather roster in Dynasty? Chris Godwin or Terry McLaurin? So I think they're both about the same age. I think they're both 25 years old, I think. Chris Godwin could go to a new team next year. I don't know what Terry McLaurin's contract looks like. Chris Godwin's in a better situation right now. Terry McLaurin's the only guy there. Who do people like more, though, when it comes down to it? I feel like Terry McLaurin, I feel like I see a lot of Chris Godwin hate out there. But it's probably going to be close. It could be 50-50. I'll say slightly on the Chris Godwin. The Terry McLaurin side, I'll say 40. I love my nines. 45% of people chose Chris Godwin.
I love my nines.
Guys,
5.
You guys know it.
45 is divisible by 9.
Okay.
If one thing people know about me, it's going to be on my epitaph.
I love my nines.
I love Josh that you just threw out like the simple math. The simple math is like a fun fact. Did you guys know 45 is divisible by 9?
It is. It is. I love my numbers that are divisible by 9. No,
oh my God. This is not good. Guys, the things going on with pictures in the chat are out of control.
72, 81, 90, 99, 108, 117, 126,
you
135.
Can
keep going.
Wow.
Jake,
you do love your 9s. That wasn't a braggadocio moment. That was all facts. All facts.
Only facts.
All facts, all 9s. Josh's 9s and Jake's load. Jake, are you taking the over or under on Josh's guess of 45% on the Chris Godwin side?
This is a tough number that you threw out. Damn you and your 9s.
Yes.
45. That's a rough one. I personally am more in favor of Chris Godwin, and on the offense, I think there's more clarity with that offense. Even with Tom Brady being, a million years old, I think people still believe that Godwin's role is more secure around him. Whereas Terry McLaurin, it's like, is Taylor Heineke going to be there next year? Are they investing in him long term? And he hasn't had an amazing season that people have been expecting. He's had a really good season. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take the over and not feel confident about it.
Yes, I love that you're not confident, though. Maybe I'll split you guys this time.
Jake unconfidently taking the over in jail. Josh is hoping to split you. What are you going to do here? Are you taking the over or under?
What was the guess again?
45%.
My 9s, remember?
Yeah, I thought it was 49 though, because you love 9 so much.
No.
45. I'm gonna go. That is a pretty good line.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go. What did Jake go with?
Well, never going to tell you.
Over.
Wait, guys.
Thanks,
I got something very important to say right now. Josh said he likes his 9s, and I was thinking, 4 + 5 add up to 9. And then I started going through all the other ones.
No, that's how you figure it out.
It works for
any
all of
number.
Them.
If you add any number, let's say the number is 279, right? Add up all those numbers, it's going to be 18. But then you do the same thing because it's 2 digits. Add 1 and 8, it's a 9. So it's divisible by 9. Any number in the world that you do with that, it will work out. Any number.
You lost
facts. Math facts for everyone right there. That's crazy. Okay, Jail.
11.
I don't want to get into it, but yeah, it's confusing.
As if you already haven't gotten into it.
Yeah, anymore. But literally,
come for the game, stay for the math facts.
We'll go over it in office hours. You can teach me. Oh wait, I won't be there. Because I'm failing this class. I'm gonna go with under.
Jail taking the under. Josh
failing the class, by the way. So
Josh, you did end up splitting them on that one. We've got some guesses in here. JR with a guess of 41%. J-Wall saying 35. And Jordan said, so I have created something. This is Jay's idea. And here it is. I don't know if you can see the picture. That is Jay's face on my body in the shirtless jean jacket.
With my microphone.
Jordan, you're in timeout. Oh, with the microphone. You're in timeout, Jordan, for that one. You are in timeout.
That's so scary.
Got some pretty non-creepy vibes over in the chat right now. Pretty cool, guys.
Jay said 48%. Alberta Green at 48%. Dame with 36. Andrew McGrady with 47. Craig saying 50. Jordan guessed 31. Peaked guessing 65. Justin saying 41. JR saying 200,070 is divisible by 9. Applying the facts we just learned. Mike said 54% because I love my 9s. Man, Josh, you're starting a 9 movement around here.
And then Craig asked me to be his 9-year-old son math teacher. I mean, if he's 9 years old, of course.
I thought he was just going to end after son.
Oh my God.
I'll be your 9-year-old son.
On? What is going on there?
I don't know. I don't like it though.
I need an adult, you guys. I need
put you guys in timeout.
Guys, the actual percentage of people that chose Chris Godwin in this poll was 51%. 51% of the people chose Chris Godwin.
45 screwed me.
Yes, Josh, you were right outside of the 5 percentage points away range. So you were within 10. So you were going to get 3 points. Jake correctly picked the over, so he is going to get 2 points. And JL, you are going to get nada for this one. And Scott said 80.1 is not divisible by 9. I'm confused. You must be adding it together
after the decimal place, you know?
No, it's broken. It doesn't work anymore.
I'm confused. Are you a savant or bad at math?
Guys,
I've lost the joke.
Josh is going to move up to 7 points with that one. Jake up to 6, and JL, you are going to stay at 5 points on that poll. And I say we go ahead and just move into our next poll. Jake, are you ready?
I'm ready. I like that I'm in the middle of the sandwich, even scoring wise. That's
yeah.
It's a close sandwich.
Circle.
It's a close sandwich, as opposed to the far apart sandwiches that we all like to eat, right? You really
I like one slice of bread on one plate, the meat in the different plate, and the other slice over in the backyard.
2 states over.
Speak tonight. We'll cover the fantasy advice. Stay for the 5th grade math lessons. Yep, that's our tagline right there. And Justin said, "Welcome to Josh Math."
Welcome to Josh.
Is literally Josh Math. This is what happens.
Jake, your poll is a 12-team Dynasty Superflex PPR league. Okay, 12-team Dynasty Superflex PPR. Side A is Lamar Jackson. Side B is Baker Mayfield plus Jalen Waddle plus Elijah Moore. What percentage of people chose the Lamar Jackson side of this poll?
How many
I was so what's this sampler? What's this sampler size?
I would say not
great. It is 314. It is not what it was
perfect.
for the
but it was 314 Dynasty experts.
Yeah,
it was Twitter.
Guys, polls with Slim Pickens today.
When I saw Baker Mayfield's name, I said, well, this is going to be swell and easy. And then I saw Jalen Waddle and Elijah Moore, both big time fantasy crushes of mine. And I'm expecting a lot of other people to feel the same way.
They're definitely Twitter darlings.
But Baker Mayfield is so bad. You guys, Baker Mayfield's so bad. Lamar Jackson is still.
You're watching Baker.
Sad. I think he's better when he's not injured everything. But right now, he is very bad.
Sure. And I don't think people are thinking,
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the meanest Jake will ever be.
I don't know. I think Lamar Jackson still wins this one. I don't know by how much. Superflex just throws everybody into a tizzy. Like you see a Lamar Jackson and you need a Lamar Jackson always. Wide receivers as good as they are.
Is better, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only one I'll play.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I will play all formats. Please invite me to leagues, but also stop inviting me to leagues. I think Lamar Jackson is going to get right about 58% on this one. He's going to win, but it's not going to be significant.
58% on the Lamar Jackson side from Jake. JL, do you think the actual percentage of people that chose side A, Lamar Jackson, in this poll is over or under Jake's guess of 58%?
I'm gonna go over. I think people are gonna look at a quarterback like Lamar Jackson and not see him as replaceable as Waddle or Moore. Baker, I'm not even really factoring in a ton here because I think people are just so down on Baker. I think Baker will be fine. He'll bounce back and be his mediocre to slightly above mediocre self. I'm gonna take the over. I think it's a good line though. Very good line.
Josh, are you taking the over or under on that guess?
58. Those 58.
Yes, that's the line.
Yeah. That's a really tough one, Jake. I think that's a great line. I know there are a lot of people out there that don't love Lamar Jackson's dynasty value because they think, he's a runner. He's going to get hurt eventually. He's not going to be able to run his entire career like he is currently. And he hasn't looked great lately. Yeah, I still think Lamar Jackson's going to win this. I'll take the over as well.
Double overs from our contestants on Jake's guess of 58%. Let's see what the chat has to say. JR said 63%, Albert with 55, Justin with 73, J-Wall with 77, Craig with 53, Javen with 80, Mike with 61, and peaked in high school, the lone person on the other side of this poll with 42%.
And it's interesting that we're getting peaked in high school here because I feel like he has a little bit more of the pulse on the Reddit community, right? I might be mistaken. Let me know and we have polls from Reddit sometimes, and we are always like a little off on the Reddit polls, right?
I think he,
I'm always right.
Yeah, I mean, he makes the trade charts each and every week, so he sees that data right there. Are you guys ready for the answer to this poll? Jake, are you ready?
No, but let's do it anyways.
The actual percentage of people that chose side A in this poll was 36%. Side B won this poll by a pretty large margin. Peaked in high school.
No one got points.
Alex was very close. Nobody got points on that poll, but Alex, nice job on that one. You were very close to the actual answer. JL, anything you want to say about the results of this poll? I can see it in your face.
It actually does make sense. Jalen Waddle and Elijah Moore, that like a lot of people are thinking of them as top 20 dynasty wide receiver assets. So if that's the case, then
there'll be two more next year, and the year after that, and the year after.
But how are you going to get them though?
Guys, before we move on to JL's poll, we have some questions in here. Jeezy wants to know Mike Gesicki or Logan Thomas. JL, which of those two players would you be starting this week? Mike Gesicki or Logan Thomas?
Oh, that is tough. Let me look up their matchups real quick.
Mike Gesicki is playing the New York Football Giants, and Logan Thomas is playing the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Las Vegas. I think I would go Logan Thomas on this one. Man, the Raiders aren't too good against tight end, and he's just been getting a pretty good target share in this offense. I think I'll go Logan Thomas. It's very close though.
Jake, what about you?
I called Logan Thomas my scrumptious start for tight ends on Ball Blast this week, and I'm sticking by that. The matchup's too good. He got that touchdown taken away from him erroneously, might I add, and he looks good coming back from injury.
Josh, are you in agreement?
Yeah, I am.
Michael wants to know, pick one from each, Ertz or Pitts. So we'll just rapid fire. Jake, Ertz or Pitts?
Pitts.
It's still Pitts for me as well. JL?
It's a funny sounding question. I'm going to go with
Ertz or Pitts.
Ertz or Pitts?
Josh, are you going Ertz or are you staying with Pitts?
I don't know. Ertz seems like the safer option for me at this point, but if it was my fantasy team, I'd still have Pitts in there.
Yep, makes sense right there. Cards D or Cowboys D?
Who do the Cards play again this week?
The Cardinals are playing Chicago, and the Cowboys are playing Saints tonight. Yeah,
it's close.
They're both good. I like playing defenses on Thursday night. It's one of the only types of plays I feel confident in on Thursdays because they tend to devolve into such garbage games, and everybody's out for the Saints. It's Taysom Hill, and then it's like nobody. So I'll take the Cowboys D.
There we go. And then Renfro or Hollywood? It's Hollywood for me. Renfro's been killing it, but it's still Hollywood for me. You got anyone taking Renfro? JL, you taking Renfro?
Nah.
I'll go with Cards D though. By the way, not Cowboys D.
Cards D.
They're coming up a bye going
Justin
into
Fields
Chicago.
Isn't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one more question, then we're going to hit our last 2 rounds. Guys, if you've got more questions after this, reminder, we will be live for Fantasy Football Office Hours at 4:15 Eastern Time. So make sure to pop in over there with your other questions. Smokey the Cat wants to know what would be the best option, play Pollard tonight or wait to see if Henderson is out and play Sony. So
wait.
What I'm doing, you're waiting, Josh?
I'm waiting.
You're waiting and playing Sony? I feel decent that Henderson is going to start. And if let's assume Henderson and Zeke are both in, which one am I more comfortable with? I'm way more comfortable with Pollard in my lineup with Zeke in than I am with Sony in my lineup with Henderson in. I'm starting Pollard tonight.
I misread this. I thought he had Henderson and Sony, and he was just going to ride whatever one.
Yeah, I thought that too originally, Josh.
Then, yes, I'm with you, Simon. Play Pollard and not Sony.
That's a great point. If you do have Henderson and Sony, then I would wait as well. I agree with that. But if you don't, then I'm going Pollard. Jake, are you going Pollard or Sony here?
Pollard for me as well.
Pollard, all Pollard. JL, are you ready for your last poll before we get into the final round? So JL, this one actually has a pretty good sampling size. I determined the poll order, and you just happened to put with all good sampling size polls. This is a 12-team Superflex PPR league, and the context given was fighting for a bye. Okay, so that was additional context given in the poll, fighting for a bye. Side A, and so this is a dynasty league as well because there's picks in there. Cordero Patterson plus a late 23 first, or side B, Christian McCaffrey plus a mid 22 second. What percentage of people chose side A in this poll?
This is a wild poll, by the way.
Isn't it? I saw this one and was like, what in the world? It has 1,081 votes, but yeah, this one made me think.
This is crazy. I'm going to go with 23%. 23%.
23% on the CPAT plus a first side. We've got something. Oh, JL said I'm out of here after that guess. Drop the mic. Bottom right. So Jake, who was president for 31 days?
Wait, no, I know this. It was Harrison, right?
You nailed it. I'm pretty sure it was Harrison. He died of pneumonia after his inauguration speech. It was out in the cold, got pneumonia, died 31 days later. We'll see if Come Here Now Beach can confirm that. Josh, are you taking the over or under on JL's guess of 23% on the CPAT side?
I hate this. question. What percentage did you say? 20? What percent?
23% on the Cordero Patterson plus 23 first side.
How? I couldn't make this trade. It's a second for a first. So people are hyping up the 2023 class, kind of dissing the 2022 class right now. I'm not saying that's necessarily the case, but that's what people are doing right now. Cordell Patterson's killing it, but it's Christian McCaffrey. I'll say over, but I don't feel good about it. I think JL said a good line.
Over, but he doesn't feel good about it. Jake, are you going with that same answer? Or are you taking the under here?
No way I'm taking the under. I think this is a stupid overreaction, and I think it's going to be way over, personally. Just on the vibes that I've gotten from out on Twitter, I think it's going to be closer to a 50-50 split, which is outrageous.
Yeah, it is outrageous. But I could see that too, Jake. I could see
Jill,
that too.
In case you missed it, they both took the over on your poll. Josh saying over, but I don't feel good about it. I think it was a good line. And Jake saying, Jail, you're stupid. I think it's way higher.
That's exactly what Jake said.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
We got some guesses in the chat. J-Wall with 35%, Albert with 28%, and Peaked with 37%. Overreaction from CMC being hurt right now. So the actual percentage of people that chose side A in this poll was 37%. Peaked in high school. You nailed it exactly. JL, yet again, you were within 15 percentage points. So you are going to get 1 point. But Jake and Josh,
this is a
each going to get 2
game.
Points there. So Jake, that moves you up to 8. Josh, that moves you up to 9. And JL, that moves you up to 6. Whoever gets this last one closest will be the champion of poll perception today. It all comes down to the last round. Oh, we had some more answers in here at the end. 45 from Smokey, 40 from Javen, 24 from Come Here Now, Beach 89.
Wait,
Scott
so I'm
said
getting
37.
I'm getting flashbacks of the game we had on Friday. I know it came down to whoever got the last one. Am I wrong? Did Jake get that? Am I wrong? Did you not?
I think it was JL.
I can't remember.
I did not.
Think it was JL.
Okay, it was JL.
Guys, we're going to get right
remember doing a dance.
We're going to get right into our last poll. Our last poll is brought to you from the Twitter account Polls. Polls. Polls.
Nice.
The question was simple. Sunday night football or Monday night football? What percentage of people chose Sunday night football over Monday night football? This is based on 16,494 votes.
Yikes. I have.
Well, we've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
That's a good one, Josh. That's very good.
So get your answers down, and then we will see who the winner of today's
show is.
And come here now, Beach 89 says, Jake, very smart. You're very smart, Jake.
Did it. I don't even know if that was in relation to the presidential question or not. I think it was maybe just an overview of my whole time on here.
Yeah, I think so. I love that. Right. That's not the first presidential trivia question he's come in here with. I love it. Jay said, Josh, you are a treasure. Indeed, he is. JL, you got your answer?
I got mine.
JL's gone silent down there.
My pencil.
He's focusing.
JL, come on. We're waiting for you.
It.
Okay, JL, you are going to reveal first because you have the least amount of points. What is your answer?
9s, baby.
%. He said it's all about the 9s.
I also went with a 9, not to give anything away, you know.
Jake, what is your answer here?
Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I
right? Josh, what is your answer here? 63% from Josh. We got some guesses in the chat. Jay Wall said 71%. Albert with 50. Jeezy said 60. Come Here Now said 44. And Peaked in High School said 59%. All over the place. Based on 16,494 votes. The percentage of people that prefer Sunday night football over Monday night football is 79%. Jake, you are our poll perception champion today. Pulled it out at the last second.
I almost went with 72%. I should have done it.
Jake wins.
Well done.
Whatever, Jake. And
what
honestly, it makes a lot of sense. There's always a better game on Sunday night because the Monday night games are locked in regardless. There's a flex schedule that happens with Sunday night games. And, you know, it's Sunday. It's Sunday night football, you know?
Guys, that is going to be it for us today. Before we leave, a couple things. Number one, if you are not following our friend Jake on Twitter, go and follow him at Jake Trowbridge. And make sure you're checking out the Drinking and Talking Fantasy Football podcast. It is so much fun. Two of our favorite people in the space, Jake and Dustin. We love it, and you guys are great. So make sure you guys are checking that out. Also, before we go, we are going to be live right after this for Fantasy Football Office Hours. So make sure to come over there if you've got any fantasy questions for this week. We will gladly answer those. And then, Josh, you were telling me something right before.
Treating me fantasy fun. Let's go.
That's it. We are out of here for today, guys, but we'll see you in a little bit. Adios, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Jake's the best. Jake wins. Woo.